in America. This is happening. This is still happening in your country.
And that is the reaction of MS Now's Joe Scarborough to one of the latest videos of federal agents in Minnesota.
Look at these thugs. Look, he comes out with a gun, and he gets in front of the car. They're pointing the gun. They're telling her to come out. They're yelling at her. So what does she do? She's desperately calling the police, desperately asking people to call 911. She's not called. Look at this guy in front of the car.
The gun.
Get trained. Get trained before you draw your gun, you idiot. This is an undisciplined paramilitary force that does not answer to anyone. Obviously, because they're still doing this.
Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. The anger of Joe Scarborough is even more understandable when you hear the backstory of this incident. In St. Peter, Minnesota, which is about 35 miles southwest of Minneapolis, the woman driving and recording through her windshield had been observing ICE agents.
I think someone needs to call 911. They are seriously, attacking me.
We'll call 911.
The woman is talking on her phone to other observers.
I'm right at the corner of Jefferson. No, I will not get out of the car. No.
The agents then go hands-on and drag her out of her car.
You guys, I need CEOs here now.
Get out of the car.
No, I will not get out of the car. You
Get out of
can't. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. I am not doing shit. I am observing.
The agent said she was impeding a federal investigation because she was observing and videotaping the agents. Legal experts call that claim absurd. More on that in a moment.
I have not done anything. This is my constitutional right.
We're calling 911 right now.
I am not. You cannot arrest me. I'm observing. You can't arrest me. I'm observing. You cannot. I am not.
We're taking a video too.
Get off of me. Get off of me.
Under arrest.
Someone call the MP, or someone call the police. Please.
Somebody help us.
Call the police. Call the police. Call them now. Call them now. Call them now.
We're calling 911. They're calling 911 right now.
Before the police could arrive, the federal agents placed the woman in handcuffs, took her away, and drove her to a detention facility. At the facility, as NPR News reports, St. Peter police chief intervened and got federal agents to release resident sources say. Quote, NPR News has learned that the police chief in the small southern Minnesota city of St. Peter intervened Thursday to prevent federal immigration agents from taking a local resident into detention. It's believed to be the first time a local police department in Minnesota intervened in federal law enforcement action since the surge in immigration enforcement began 2 months ago. The woman, who did not want to be identified because she fears for her safety, is a U.S. citizen and a resident of St. Peter. She told NPR News in an interview that she was out in the community in her car, tracking the movements of federal agents and recording them on a dash cam. According to settled case law, including rulings by the U.S. Supreme Court, observing and recording government agents or employees in public is protected by the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment. If a police officer or government agent doesn't like it, too bad. They cannot arrest you for recording them in public. The only limit on recording agents is that the person recording or filming must be a few feet back. And law enforcement is entitled to put up police tape and keep the press or concerned citizens out of a crime scene. But recording or filming agents is not impeding a law enforcement operation. And legal experts say that in this case, the woman grabbed by the agents has a strong lawsuit claim for civil rights violations, even though she was later released. That's the legal part of this. On MS Now, Joe Scarborough mocked and ridiculed MAGA lawmakers who defend this sort of arrest.
She's so lawless. Oh my God, she's so lawless. How could she hate the law so much that she starts calling the police?
Scarborough then belittled claims that these ICE observers are left-wing radicals or agitators, as the Trump team says.
But what is she doing? Is she calling Antifa? Fox News? No, she's not calling Antifa. She's calling the police, begging the police to come save her from what looks like a paramilitary legal force let loose on the streets of America to shoot Americans, to terrorize Americans on the streets of America. And the police officer comes, Mika, and he drives her home. He comes and he breaks up the paramilitary thugs, and it is the police officer, not Antifa,
the chief,
not the National Hippie Network, not leftists. A police officer comes and takes her home. This is so out of control, and it looks like a paramilitary force from the third world.
Yeah.
An out-of-control paramilitary force from the third world. That's where we are now in America, and it's gotten so bad that even the mainstream broadcast cable news media is going on angry tirades and amplifying the outrage. To be fair, Joe Scarborough has been condemning the Trump ICE actions for months, but I've never seen Joe as infuriated as he was on this day. We should all replicate, share, and multiply that anger. In America, you can now have federal agents pull you over, point guns at you, and try to haul you away for observing and videotaping the agents. It is outrageous, and these out-of-control government actions must be stopped.
What is happening in Minnesota right now is a dystopia. ICE is tear gassing elementary schools. It is disappearing legal residents into cars. It is murdering American citizens. ICE is making this country less safe, not more safe today.
By the way, the new documentary movie featuring Melania Trump has flopped at the box office and is getting awful reviews.
That is the big reveal, that they're going back to where they've already been. What is she, packing boxes? It's a farce.
The Melania movie looks like a box office flop, and Melania ticket sales suggest weak box office opening, and some theaters are canceling screenings.
Theater up in Boston, I believe it was, up in Massachusetts here in the States, and it showed that zero seats had been sold for a prime time showing of it.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Barra, who writes, ICE will be using the movie as a form of torture on detainees. Well done. I look forward to reading your comments about federal agents pointing a gun at an unarmed woman, sparking intense reaction, even from mainstream cable news. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.